Imagine this. You wake up in the morning, shuffle to the kitchen, pour yourself that comforting cup of coffee. But instead of just giving you a little energy boost, what if that same cup could also help rebuild your strength, protect your muscles, and keep your body moving powerfully after 60? Today, I'm going to share a simple addition to your coffee that works like a secret weapon for your muscles. No complicated routines, no expensive supplements, just a small daily habit that fits seamlessly into your morning ritual. Stay with me, because by the end, you'll see how one tiny change could make a big difference in how strong you feel every single day. You know, there's something almost sacred about that first cup of coffee in the morning, isn't there? The aroma filling your kitchen, the warmth between your hands, that first satisfying sip that seems to wake up not just your mind, but your whole body. For many of us over 60, it's one of life's simple pleasures that never gets old. But what if I told you that this daily ritual, something you're already doing, could become one of your most powerful tools for staying strong and independent as the years go by? Let's talk about something that's happening in all of our bodies right now, whether we realize it or not. After age 30, we naturally start losing muscle mass, but this process really picks up speed after 60. It's called sarcopenia, which literally means flesh loss, though I prefer to think of it as our muscles getting a little lazy if we don't give them the right encouragement. Now, before you start worrying, let me be clear about something important. This isn't a disease or some terrible condition you can't control. It's simply your body's natural response to changes in how you move, what you eat, and how your metabolism works as you age. Think of your muscles like a garden. If you don't tend to them regularly, giving them the right nutrients, the right amount of activity, they start to wither a bit. But just like a garden, with the right care, they can flourish again. The difference is remarkable when you understand what's actually happening. Without enough protein and regular movement, we might lose somewhere between 3 to 8% of our muscle mass each decade after 30. But here's the encouraging part. Studies show that even people in their 70s and 80s can rebuild significant muscle strength with the right approach. This isn't just about looking better or fitting into certain clothes, though those can be nice benefits. This is about your independence. It's about being able to carry your groceries without strain, getting up from your favorite chair without using your hands, climbing stairs without getting winded, and maintaining the balance and coordination that keeps you steady on your feet. When your muscles are strong, everything else in your life becomes easier and more enjoyable. I've seen too many wonderful people gradually give up activities they love simply because they don't feel strong enough anymore. They stop gardening because lifting the watering can feels too heavy. They avoid playing with their grandchildren because getting down on the floor seems risky. They decline invitations to walk through museums or explore new places because they worry about their stamina. But here's the exciting part. Muscle loss isn't inevitable. You can fight back, and it starts with daily choices. Now, you might be thinking, great, another person telling me I need to hit the gym and completely change my diet. But that's not what this is about at all. Some of the most powerful changes you can make for your health are surprisingly simple, and they work precisely because they fit into what you're already doing. The secret isn't in dramatic overhauls or complicated programs that you'll abandon after a few weeks. It's in small, repeatable habits that become as natural as breathing. Think about it this way. You probably drink coffee almost every morning. It's already a habit, already part of your routine. You don't have to remember to do it or force yourself. It just happens naturally because it's woven into the fabric of your day. What if we could take that existing habit and enhance it slightly, turning your morning comfort into active medicine for your muscles? Your morning coffee can be more than comfort. It can be medicine for your muscles. The fascinating thing about habits is how they compound over time. That daily cup of coffee might seem insignificant in the moment, but over a year, you're talking about 365 cups. Over 5 years, that's more than 1,800 opportunities to either support your muscle health or miss that opportunity entirely. When you understand that perspective, you start to see how small daily choices can create profound changes in how you feel and function. So, let's talk about the secret ingredient that can transform that cup into muscle fuel. The answer might surprise you because it's something you already know is good for you, but you might not realize just how powerful it can be when it comes to rebuilding and maintaining muscle mass after 60. I'm talking about protein. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Protein in coffee? That sounds complicated or weird. But stay with me, because this is simpler and more delicious than you might imagine. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders or athletes. It's the fundamental building block that your muscles need to repair, rebuild, and stay strong. Think of protein as the raw material your body uses to construct and maintain muscle tissue, just like bricks are used to build and repair a house. Here's something crucial that many people don't realize. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using the protein we eat. A younger person might be able to maintain their muscle mass with moderate amounts of protein, but after 60, we actually need more protein per pound of body weight to achieve the same muscle building effects. It's like our muscles become a bit pickier about their nutrition. They need a stronger signal to start the repair and building process. The research suggests that adults over 65 should aim for roughly 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight daily, which is significantly higher than what's recommended for younger adults. But here's the challenge. Many seniors actually eat less protein as they age, not more. Sometimes it's because of changes in appetite, difficulty chewing certain foods, or simply not knowing how important protein becomes as we get older. This is where your morning coffee becomes such a brilliant opportunity. You're already drinking it, already enjoying it, so we're not asking you to add something completely new to your routine. We're just asking you to make that existing habit work a little harder for your health. Now, you may be thinking, protein in coffee? Let's explore how simple this really is. The beauty of adding protein to your coffee is that it doesn't have to change the experience you love about your morning cup. There are several different ways to do this, and you can choose the method that appeals most to your taste preferences and lifestyle. Some people prefer collagen powder, which is virtually tasteless and dissolves easily. Others like protein powders that come in flavors like vanilla or chocolate, which can actually make your coffee taste like a gourmet drink from an expensive cafe. Let me walk you through the options so you can see what might work best for you. Collagen powder is probably the gentlest introduction to protein coffee. It's made from connective tissue and has a neutral taste that won't interfere with your coffee's flavor. Just 1 or 2 scoops mixed into your hot coffee, and you've instantly boosted your protein intake by 10 to 20 grams. It dissolves completely, so there's no grittiness or weird texture, just your regular coffee with an invisible nutritional upgrade. If you want something with a bit more flavor, whey protein can be wonderful, especially if you choose vanilla or a subtle coffee flavor. It blends beautifully with coffee and can create an almost creamy, latte-like texture. For those who prefer plant-based options, there are excellent pea protein, hemp protein, or mixed plant protein powders that work just as well. The key is starting with a smaller amount, maybe half a scoop, and gradually increasing until you find the taste and texture that feels right for you. The mixing process is straightforward, but here's a little tip that makes all the difference. Add your protein powder to a small amount of hot coffee first. Stir it into a paste, and then add the rest of your coffee. This prevents any clumping and ensures smooth integration. Some people use a small whisk or even a milk frother to blend everything perfectly. Within a few days, this becomes as automatic as adding cream or sugar. And once you add it, what does it actually do inside your body? This is where the magic really happens, and understanding the science helps you appreciate why this simple change can be so powerful. When you drink coffee with protein, you're creating a unique metabolic environment that benefits your muscles in multiple ways. First, let's talk about what coffee itself brings to the table. Caffeine doesn't just wake up your brain, it actually helps your muscles too. It can improve muscle contraction, reduce the perception of effort during physical activity, and even help with muscle recovery after exercise. But when you add protein to this mix, something interesting happens. The protein provides the amino acids, the building blocks, that your muscles need for repair and growth. Meanwhile, the caffeine helps improve blood flow and can enhance the delivery of these nutrients to your muscle tissue. It's like having a construction crew, the amino acids from protein, and a really efficient foreman, the caffeine, working together to rebuild and strengthen your muscles. But there's another layer to this that's particularly important for seniors. Coffee consumption has been associated with better insulin sensitivity, which means your body can more effectively use the nutrients you consume, including that protein. This synergy creates an environment where your morning coffee isn't just giving you energy for the day, it's actively supporting your body's ability to maintain and build muscle tissue. The timing matters too. Having protein early in the morning helps kickstart your metabolism and provides your muscles with amino acids when your body is naturally primed for repair and recovery. After hours of sleep, when your body has been essentially fasting, that morning, protein signals your muscles that it's time to start building and repairing rather than breaking down. Research suggests that spreading protein intake throughout the day is more effective for muscle building than having one large protein meal. By starting your day with protein-enhanced coffee, you're setting a positive tone that can influence your body's muscle-building processes for hours. It's like giving your muscles a head start on their daily maintenance and repair work. But beyond muscles, there's another benefit seniors love: stronger bones. You see, the relationship between muscle and bone health is like a beautiful partnership that most people don't fully appreciate. When you support your muscles with adequate protein, you're simultaneously supporting your skeletal system in ways that can dramatically impact your quality of life and independence. Think of your muscles and bones as dance partners who've been together for decades. They support each other, they move together, and when one gets weak, the other suffers too. Strong muscles create the mechanical stress that bones need to stay dense and resilient. It's like a gentle, constant massage that tells your bones, "Stay strong, we need you." Without adequate muscle mass pulling and pushing on your bones, through daily movement, your skeletal system starts to think it doesn't need to maintain its density. This is why the protein in your morning coffee becomes even more valuable than you might initially realize. The amino acids from that protein don't just help rebuild muscle fibers, they also support the production of collagen, which forms the framework that gives your bones their structure. It's like providing both the steel beams and the concrete for a building project that's happening inside your body every single day. Research shows that adequate protein intake is associated with better bone mineral density and lower fracture risk in older adults. We're talking about a 10 to 30% reduction in hip fracture risk for those who maintain higher protein intakes compared to those who don't. But here's what makes this even more encouraging. These benefits become apparent relatively quickly when you start consistently providing your body with the nutrition it needs. Imagine feeling more confident on uneven sidewalks, not worrying about a stumble turning into something serious, maintaining the posture that keeps you looking and feeling strong. This isn't just about preventing problems. It's about maintaining the physical confidence that lets you live fully and fearlessly. Of course, we can't talk about muscle and bone health without mentioning the role of movement. Now, before you start thinking I'm about to recommend hours at the gym, let me put your mind at ease. The kind of movement that enhances your protein coffee combination doesn't require special equipment, gym memberships, or complicated routines. The beautiful thing about pairing your enhanced coffee with gentle movement is that it creates a synergistic effect. When you have protein in your system and then ask your muscles to work, even in small ways, you're sending a powerful signal for muscle repair and strengthening. It's like having the raw materials for construction already on site when the work crew arrives. This could be as simple as a 10-minute walk around your neighborhood after your morning coffee. The protein is there in your bloodstream, ready to help repair and strengthen the muscle fibers that are gently challenged by your walk. Or maybe it's some light stretching in your living room, reaching your arms overhead, doing some gentle leg lifts while holding onto a chair for balance. These aren't dramatic exercises, but they're incredibly effective when combined with adequate protein intake. Some of my most successful patients have created what I call coffee and movement rituals. They have their protein-enhanced coffee, then spend 15 minutes doing gentle strength movements using resistance bands or light weights. Others prefer to drink their coffee, then head out for a leisurely walk around the block. The key is consistency in the timing, having that protein available when your muscles are being gently challenged. Here's something fascinating about protein timing that many people don't know. Consuming protein within a few hours of movement, either before or after, significantly enhances your body's ability to use that protein for muscle repair and building. It's like having a repair crew on standby, ready to fix and strengthen whatever needs attention after you've asked your muscles to work. And here's the best part. You don't need extreme exercise to feel the difference. The combination of adequate protein and gentle, consistent movement is often more effective for seniors than intense workouts that might be hard to maintain or could increase injury risk. Your body responds beautifully to consistent, moderate challenges supported by proper nutrition. So, what kind of realistic changes might you actually notice when you start this simple morning routine? Let me paint you a picture of what many people experience within just a few weeks of consistently adding protein to their coffee and pairing it with gentle movement. These aren't dramatic overnight transformations, but rather the gradual return of capabilities and confidence that might have been slowly slipping away. First, you might notice that climbing stairs doesn't leave you as winded. Instead of gripping the handrail and pausing halfway up, you find yourself reaching the top with breath to spare. It's not that you suddenly become an athlete, it's that your muscles have the fuel they need to work efficiently, and your cardiovascular system doesn't have to work as hard to support weak, inefficient muscle tissue. Many people report that afternoon fatigue becomes less of an issue. You know that feeling around 2 or 3 p.m. when everything feels more difficult and you just want to sit down? When your muscles are well nourished and functioning properly, daily activities require less energy, leaving you with more reserves throughout the day. Then there are the small victories that might seem insignificant to others but feel huge to you. Getting up from your favorite chair without using your hands to push yourself up. Carrying a full laundry basket from the bedroom to the washing machine without having to stop and rest. Opening jars that used to require asking for help. These might sound like small things, but they represent your independence and confidence in your own body. Balance often improves too, though this might be more subtle and take a bit longer to notice. Strong muscles, particularly in your core and legs, are crucial for maintaining balance and preventing falls. You might find yourself feeling steadier when reaching for something on a high shelf, more confident when walking on uneven surfaces, or less worried about slippery conditions. Sleep quality sometimes improves as well. When your muscles are getting adequate protein and gentle exercise, they're more likely to relax fully at night. Plus, the physical confidence that comes from feeling stronger during the day can reduce the anxiety that sometimes keeps people awake at night. But to keep this sustainable and realistic, let's tackle some common concerns that might be running through your mind right now. I want to address the practical worries that could prevent you from trying this simple addition to your morning routine. Because knowledge and preparation are the best tools for overcoming hesitation. The first concern I hear most often is about stomach upset. Will adding protein powder to my coffee cause digestive issues? It's a completely valid worry, especially since many people become more sensitive to dietary changes as they age. The good news is that this is usually avoidable with the right approach. Start small, begin with just half a scoop of protein powder, and gradually increase over a week or two. This gives your digestive system time to adapt. If you're particularly sensitive, collagen powder is often the gentlest option, because it's essentially pre-digested protein that's very easy for most people to tolerate. Some people find that having their protein coffee with a small amount of food, maybe a piece of toast or a few crackers, helps prevent any stomach sensitivity. If you do experience any digestive discomfort, don't give up entirely. Try switching to a different type of protein powder, reducing the amount, or having it with food. Plant-based proteins are sometimes easier to digest for people who have issues with dairy-based options. The key is finding what works for your individual system. The taste concern is another big one. Will this make my coffee taste weird or unpleasant? I understand this worry completely. Your morning coffee is probably one of your daily pleasures, and you don't want to ruin it. The reality is that with the right protein powder and proper mixing technique, many people actually prefer the taste of their enhanced coffee. Vanilla-flavored protein powder can make your coffee taste like an expensive vanilla latte. Unflavored collagen powder is virtually undetectable. And if you're feeling adventurous, chocolate protein powder can create a delightful mocha experience. The key is choosing a high-quality protein powder and taking the time to mix it properly. Safety with medications is another important consideration. Is it safe to add protein powder if I'm taking various medications? This is always a conversation to have with your healthcare provider, but for most people, adding a moderate amount of protein powder to coffee is perfectly safe. Protein powder is essentially concentrated food, not medicine, so it rarely interacts with medications the way supplements might. However, if you're on blood thinners, have kidney issues, or take medications that need to be taken on an empty stomach, definitely check with your doctor first. It's always better to be cautious and informed, and most healthcare providers will appreciate that you're taking a proactive approach to your nutrition and health. Now that we've cleared those concerns, let's tie it all together into a simple daily routine that you can start tomorrow morning. Building your morning strength ritual doesn't require a complete life overhaul. It just requires small, intentional additions to what you're already doing. Think of it as upgrading your existing morning routine rather than replacing it entirely. Step 1 is exactly what you're already doing. Brew your coffee the way you normally do. Use your favorite beans, your preferred brewing method, add cream or sugar if that's how you like it. This isn't about changing everything. It's about enhancing what already brings you joy and comfort. Step 2 is where the magic happens. Stir in your protein. Start with a half scoop if you're nervous, or a full scoop if you're ready to dive in. Remember the mixing technique. Add the protein to a small amount of coffee first. Stir it into a smooth paste, then add the rest of your coffee. This prevents clumping and ensures a smooth, enjoyable texture. Step 3 is the movement component, and this is where you get to be creative based on your preferences and abilities. Maybe it's a gentle 10-minute walk around your neighborhood, breathing the fresh morning air, and letting the protein and caffeine work together in your system. Or perhaps it's some simple stretching in your living room, reaching your arms overhead, doing gentle leg lifts, or light resistance exercises with bands or small weights. The beauty of this routine is its flexibility. On days when the weather is terrible, you can do your movement indoors. On days when you're feeling particularly energetic, you might extend your walk or add a few extra exercises. On days when you're not feeling your best, even 5 minutes of gentle stretching while sipping your coffee counts as success. Consistency is what matters most, not perfection. Small steps, every day, create the compound effect that leads to real, lasting changes in how you feel and function. Think of it this way. Every morning, you're making a choice to invest in your strength, your independence, and your quality of life. That's pretty powerful for something that takes just a few extra minutes. So, what's the big picture here? Let's wrap this up with the most important message of all. You don't need drastic changes to reclaim and maintain your strength after 60. You don't need to join expensive gyms, follow complicated meal plans, or completely restructure your life. What you need is the wisdom to recognize that small, consistent choices can create profound changes over time. Your morning coffee, that simple pleasure you already enjoy, can become your ally in staying strong and independent. It represents something much bigger than just a beverage. It's a symbol of how you can work with your existing habits and preferences to support your health and vitality. This approach respects where you are in your life right now. It doesn't ask you to become someone different or adopt habits that feel foreign or unsustainable. Instead, it invites you to enhance what you're already doing, to turn a daily comfort into a daily investment in your strength and well-being. The research is clear, the science is solid, and the practical application is simple. Adequate protein, especially when paired with gentle movement, can help you maintain and even build muscle mass after 60. When you add this to something you already love and do consistently, your morning coffee, you create a sustainable path to better health. So, let's review what we've learned today. Muscle loss after 60 is real, but it's not inevitable. Protein is the key to fighting back, and your morning coffee makes getting that protein easy and enjoyable. Add some gentle movement to the mix, stay consistent with this simple routine, and you're investing in lasting strength, better balance, and continued independence. Your morning ritual can be more than a habit. It can be your daily investment in strength, balance, and independence. It's about honoring the body that has carried you this far and giving it the support it needs to carry you confidently into the future. If this gave you a new idea for your mornings, go ahead and tap that like button. It tells me you're ready to take charge of your health. Subscribe so you'll never miss future tips designed especially for seniors looking to stay strong, active, and energized. And I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell me. Will you be adding protein to your coffee tomorrow morning? I can't wait to read your answers. Remember, every morning is a new opportunity to invest in your strength and independence. Your coffee cup is waiting to become your partner in this journey. Here's to stronger mornings and a stronger you.